Do you want to see how to use Facebook to generate leads? In this video, I'll show you how for free. You don't need any skills, you don't need any experience. You can do this in less than an hour a day. You just need a computer and an internet connection. Also, if you stay to the end, I'll show you how you can maximize your results, but you have to stay all the way to the end of this video. If you're into entrepreneurship and making money online, subscribe to my channel, click the bell notification so you get notified every time I do another video. Also, if you want to get my #1 recommendation to make $200 to $500 a week, click the link in the description. Linda Bomba here. I am a full-time internet marketer. You want to stay on this video all the way to the end because I'm going to show you stuff that I'm sure that if you're on this page, most people don't do this correctly. And it won't work and you won't get the results that you want. So you want to stay all the way to the end. And before we actually go over to Facebook, some of you have been asking me how you collect leads. And I'm going to show you because reality is you're missing this part before we even go over to Facebook. And if you're generating leads, you're collecting emails. You want to get people's email address so you can continue to communicate with them. And some of the mistakes, and if you don't have a piece of paper and pencil, put this video on hold and get something to write, take some notes. You can always come back and watch this video. But the reality is either you're missing all of these or you're missing some of this and you're not getting the results that you want. So the first thing, even before you go to Facebook, and I'll get into that in a minute, to leverage a site like Facebook, you want to be able to send people to something where you can actually get their email address. And what a lot of people do is, now this is a sales page, and I see people, and whether it's they're using social media, or I see people that will even go and buy paid traffic. They'll buy a solo ad, they'll buy shares in an advertising co-op, they'll set up a Facebook ad, a pay-per-click ad. What they're not doing here is this is a sales page. And there's all kinds of different sales pages on here, and this is one I just pulled up for you. But what the problem is with this, people will take a sales page like this, or if you're with a network marketing company, what they typically do is they give you a replicated website. And what people will do is they'll take either the sales page or the replicated website from their network marketing company and they drive traffic to it, whether it's social media or it's paid. And the reason you don't want to do that is because you have one chance. The person's on the page, they're going on it, and then they make a decision. And most of the time now, I get sales on first touch, and that does happen, but most of the time people aren't going to buy on first touch. And this particular page, it's got a timer that people out now, this is saying they've got 6 hours and 47 minutes to get this particular product for like $16.93. Now, a replicated website from a network marketing company, the only purpose that serves is for when you're actually signing somebody up. Now this particular one, this is a sales page. There's a video people can watch. There's more information that they can read and find out about the product, watch the video. And a lot of network marketing companies don't give you that. You have to kind of come up with something else, or maybe the person that sponsored you gives you some sort of a sales page or something, so the people that are maybe interested in doing what you're doing, they get more information. So that's the first thing. You don't want to do that, and I see a lot of people doing that. What you do want to do is, now this is a capture page. You want to send people to something like this where you're getting their name, you're forcing them to give you their email before you send them over to something like this, like a sales page. That way, and then what you do is you attach this capture page to an autoresponder. Now, I use Aweber. There's a bunch of different ones out there, GetResponse, MailChimp, and attach the actual page, the capture page, and something like this. Now, you need software, like I use a couple different things to make capture pages. You need software to make a capture page. In some programs, they actually give you some capture pages, and you want to attach it to a list in your email autoresponder, and then you want to set up a follow-up series. Like I typically in this industry, 14 is the standard because most people, it takes them between 7 and 12 exposures to make a buying decision, and you'll start drip feeding them. You set up the list in Aweber like this. They start getting an email from you every day until the 14 run out, and you keep re-exposing them to what they looked at, and you increase your sales that way because then people are seeing it again. And if you're sending them just to a sales page like this or a replicated website, you've got that one chance. You're really leaving money on the table because you can't keep communicating with them. And you basically can automate it. Now, I use Aweber because I've used it for a lot. They've got some training thing. And one of the cool things about Aweber is they have a feature now that you can actually make take you over here. You can make landing pages with this. I started a few. So you're getting the autoresponder and some way to make capture pages. Like if you wanted to make one, you just click this. I'm not going to get into that here, but you can make capture pages with this and then send the person over on to a sales page or video that they can get more information and get them on your email list. Because if you're in this and you're serious and you're in this for the long haul and you're not building an email list, because that's one of the few things online you really own. You don't own your social media accounts. None of us do. They can be taken away like that. I had a Facebook group that I had 60,000 people in it. Facebook deleted it. I've had 4 accounts on TikTok banned. I got, actually this past February, I got 4 warnings in a week from YouTube that I challenged 3 of them. I would have lost my channel if I didn't go back. I went back, and YouTube will tell you, I went back and edited over 800 videos to fix what YouTube was having an issue with, because they're basically calling the shots. And I'm not saying not to use any kind of social media platform, because I've generated tens of thousands of leads. I've signed hundreds of people using social media, but your list is, if you're not focused on building a list and you're in this for the long haul, you're really leaving money on the table. So you want to be able to, and now we're going to go over to Facebook, but put something out like this on a site like Facebook that you can actually be able to give them, force the person to give you your email address. And most people don't do that. So if you're not doing that, you want to get that set up before you do that. I will leave a link below for, you can actually start with Aweber for free. If you take an account with me, I will actually give you a campaign code that's some pre-written emails that you can load in. You will have to go in and put your own link and personalize it, but to get you started, because if you're not drip feeding them those emails, you're losing out, because all those people that come to your page and you don't capture their information, you're not going to be able to keep communicating with them. So that's the first thing that is one of the many mistakes I see people make, and they wonder why they're not making any money. You really don't want to do that. So if you're doing that, I suggest you start sending them in, and it's a funnel, capture page, landing page that you're sending people to. So next thing you want to do is, when you go over to Facebook, now Facebook, there's over 2 billion people with active accounts. If you do what I just laid out and get a funnel together, and then set your Facebook profile up and do what I show you here, you can start generating leads. Because if you're not generating leads every day, you're not marketing. What you want to do is, now this is my profile, and I work off my profile, and to get into actually any of the Facebook groups, you need a Facebook profile. You can't get in there. So you want to set your profile up, and couple of big mistakes people make with this is, on their profile, they're putting all over the place. They're putting the name of the company, they're naming the product, the service, they're putting pictures, they're putting the company's logo. You don't want to do that. Now I paid somebody to do this, to set this up with my own logo, because you want to brand yourself, and you don't. Now if you just want to put like a family picture, you can do that too. This is, since I work off my profile, this is more professional, and you can get this done relatively cheap. You can go to Fiverr and pay somebody $5 to do it. I paid a little bit more than that for mine, but I have other platforms on. I've got my blog up here if they want to check that out, and then I said a little bit about myself. This is the new layout, and then I've got more information about me over here. I've connected my other social media accounts, my blog that people can go to, and on here you just don't want to put anything. You don't want to put anything on here that's you're talking about your company. You're going to just repel people. They'll come over, and if you're slapping stuff about your company, they'll say, oh, there was such and such a company. And then what people end up doing is they go to Google and they find people that have done a review video, and they consume that person's content, and if they sign up, they join that person. So that's why you don't want to be putting on here. You can do curiosity posts, you can do stuff like this. If you've got family pictures, or if you've traveled and you've been someplace that you've got some cool pictures, put stuff like this. The other thing you can do on your profile to generate leads is do a curiosity post. Now this is a curiosity post that I did that this is a good curiosity post. And you can see here I got like 152 comments, I got 86 likes on this. I ended up signing about 5 people from this. If you do your curiosity post correctly, you can get some really good response on it. You don't want to be constantly posting curiosity posts, but I didn't say it. A couple things that made this really good was I didn't mention the company name, I didn't say the product or the service. I didn't do anything like that. So, pique people's interest, like, oh, hey, I wonder what this is. And then I don't have the original post here, but people started commenting, and then I think I ended up signing about 5 people. If you're going to do curiosity posts, you want to do them something like this. Results are another thing. But you don't want to be, what most people do is they'll say, hey, and if their company's having a sale, they'll say, hey, we're having a sale. That kind of stuff doesn't work. So if you're going to do any kind of posting on your actual profile, you want to do curiosity posts. I would say you wouldn't want to do more than 1 a week. If you keep posting, people are just going to get, kind of bored with what you're putting and get turned away because that's all you're talking about. So that's one way you can use your profile and be generating leads. And then when the people respond, I'll respond to them on the actual thing, and then I'll say, check your inbox. You take the conversation into Messenger, they ask for more info, then you give them your link. And anybody who opts in, then they become a lead. And then you can follow up with them if you set up how I showed you at the beginning of this video. You get their email, you get them on your email list so you can keep talking to them. And even when it goes beyond, say they still don't buy and they get your 14 follow-ups, then if you start sending broadcast out and emailing and communicating you start building a relationship with people. And you may have heard the money's in the list. That does work, but if you're not doing that and you're not doing it consistently over time, it's not going to work. So this is a curiosity post. Now the other thing you can do is leverage the Facebook groups on. Let's go down to the groups. The groups over here, let's go into groups. And I'm going to show you a couple things that you don't want to do that unfortunately a lot of people do, and they get this wrong. If you're going to use these groups, now if I go into this group, this is a really large group. And I call these spam groups because what most people do is, this group, you can see it's got over 300,000 members. What most people do is they just come in, and you don't want to, when you're posting, whether it's your profile or you really don't want to put a link. Because that's one thing that you can see, this person put a link in here. Facebook doesn't want you sending people off of Facebook, so if you put a link in it, they're not going to show it to as much. And you can see this person got absolutely no engagement on it. This is a terrible post. First off, it's in a language that most people aren't going to be able to understand. And most people you should be communicating in English. He or she put a link in this. Which Facebook doesn't want you to do. You see absolutely no engagement on it, and that's what most people hear. Now here's another one. They put a YouTube link, and still, whether it's a YouTube link or an affiliate link or something, they don't like it. You can see this post. They got a little engagement on it, and I think most of the engagement on here is other people are posting, spamming their link on it. And these are the kind of things you don't want to do. Now you've got 2 or 3 people spamming their link on this post. There's another one. This is another terrible post. You can see this is basically the response I got. They got somebody else spamming their link on the actual post. This is something else that somebody did. That they're posting a withdrawal. This is not what you want to do. Now the 2 things, and I showed you the curiosity post, the one thing you can do if you're going to use these groups that will set yourself apart, and I know a lot of you don't want to do videos, start doing a Facebook Live, take something you learned, teach it, give a call to action at the end saying, hey, if you want to see the system I'm using to generate leads, you want to see the system I'm using to build my business, something like that, drop a comment and then respond to the comments, and then send, via Messenger, tag the person on the comment and say, hey, check your inbox. That's a better way, because Facebook Live, first off, that's what Facebook is showing to most people, is Facebook Live. more than anything, rather than, because you're going to get the same kind of thing. Now this person, she's basically pitching her deal. She got some response on that. And again, you can see that more people are spamming their links on this. So if you're going to use these groups, that's the best way to use these groups. Now another way I would tell you that if you're not using it, you're on Facebook, is to use Facebook stories. I just posted a video this morning. If you don't know how to post a story to, click over here. And this is my stories. If you don't know how to post one, I did it in that video. It's on my YouTube channel. You can check it out if you're not sure how to use it. But that's like an advertisement. It stays up for 24 hours. And Facebook, I'd say, along with Facebook Live, those are the two things, the best ways you can use Facebook at this point to get leads, to get sales, to get people looking at your stuff. So I hope you found value with this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. Leave me a comment below. Let me know what you do. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you on the next video.